Very rarely do I hop onto Minecraft thinking I'm gonna make a chicken farm, but recently I found myself online looking to make a chicken farm for my single player world, and I come to find out in Minecraft 1.21.8, at least on Java edition, they broke chicken farms, believe it or not. So because of that, I decided to make my own, in particular for two reasons. One, because the farms were broken, but two, because I need a farm that not only produces cooked chicken, but also produces eggs. I actually mainly need it for eggs. And believe it or not, even before Minecraft 1.21.8, this was a very rare thing to find on YouTube, at least for Java Edition. There's some out there for Bedrock, but very few for Java Edition. So today's video, I want to show you all the chicken and egg farm that I made for Minecraft 1.21.8, hopefully plus. So briefly, I want to talk about the design of this farm. So it's kind of broken down into four parts. The first part here is the killing chamber. The top part here is where the eggs are produced. Behind here is the redstone to run the dispenser. And on the left here is a shut-off mechanism to essentially to lock this hopper here to enable the chicken, this dispenser to work, to shoot off the eggs, create the little chickens. And if you turn this off, eggs will flow down. I can't take full credit for this design. There's a channel named Mind the Fab, which when I was looking up different tutorials online, had this kind of design for how to kill the chickens. The rest of this is all stuff that I came up with. Pretty basic stuff, but again, like I said, this middle thing here is from Mind the Fab. I'll put a link up in the right-hand corner if you want to check out his design for how he actually, I incorporated this part of it, but there's different parts of his design that he used that I ended up not using. So it's pretty light on materials, only one or two of things here and there. You can use different, you can use a chest if you want to. You can use different kinds of wood for the trapdoors and fences if you want to. I'd recommend getting a few more blocks than just the glass here in the deep slate. I used glass just to be able to show things, but if you don't want to use glass, you want to use solid blocks, you can definitely do that instead. I just wanted to use glass in order to see the inner workings of the chicken farm here. So that's all the materials you need. I'll come back over here. If you want to go ahead and pause the video, take a look. We'll have some eggs here to help test it a little bit later. But if you want to go ahead and pause the screen, get all the materials, and let's get into the tutorial. So first, let's start by picking a direction and picking where we want our chicken cooker and egg farm to go. The first thing we should do is place this barrel down. Now you can use a chest instead if you don't want to use the barrel, or just filter this into a storage system if you want to instead. Behind that barrel, let's place two hoppers, one pointing into the barrel, one pointing into the hopper before it. On top of the first hopper, let's place our mud. On top of our second hopper, let's place another hopper, then another hopper. On top of that hopper, let's place our dispenser. And then if we can, on top of this other dispenser, let's place a hopper. That should be all the hoppers we need in the system. On top of the barrel, let's place a glass block. On top of that glass block, let's place a cauldron. And on top of the mud, let's place a fence. Now on each side of the fence, let's place a glass block. On each side of the cauldron, let's place a glass block. Let's complete the semicircle once again. So on top of the cauldron, and place glass blocks on top of the 4 glass blocks you've already placed. Now 2 more glass blocks, one with an air gap between it and the fence, and one on top of where the glass block is on top of the cauldron. Now let's build the place where our chickens are gonna stand. Let's place our carpet on top of the hopper. We'll place glass blocks each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another layer of glass blocks on top of those. And then we'll place our trapdoor down. This will allow us to essentially add chickens into the top here, while at the same time allowing us to be able to access them whenever we need to. Now we're getting into the fun redstone. So up here underneath of the back side of the dispenser, let's place 1, 2, 3 blocks, just solid blocks, whatever you want to place redstone on. 1, 2, 3 to form this kind of 3x2 pattern behind the dispenser. In front of the dispenser, we want to be placing our comparator, which goes into a block. Place a redstone dust on the end here. We're going to place a block on top of the comparator. That's very, very important. Make sure you do that. Place a block on top of our redstone. We want our redstone on top of this middle block right here. Now on the other 3 wide section here on the back block, let's place a block. Let's place a comparator pointing out from it. And let's place a redstone dust. Do not forget to put this comparator coming out of the dispenser into subtract mode. That's what's going to run this comparator circuit. Now that that's done, we can set up our final bit of redstone, and that is the mechanism to be able to turn on and off, essentially to be able to lock this hopper so we can turn on the chicken cooker and then turn it off to turn on the egg farm. So we want to place a copper bulb here. I used a wax copper bulb. You can use whatever kind of copper bulb you want. we want to be able to place 1, 2, 3 blocks to put our redstone on. Just below this hopper, that then is the hopper right beneath the dispenser. So essentially, we want to place it off the middle hopper here. We want to place a comparator out of the copper bulb, place a redstone dust, and a repeater facing into this hopper that's right, like I said before, right beneath the dispenser. And last but not least, we want to place a button. And if you turn this button on, you should see this circuit light up. So the comparator should light up, and then the repeater lights up. Press the button again, the circuit should turn off. And of course, I almost forgot the most important part. You need to place lava inside of this cauldron right here, because this is how the chickens, when they grow up, are going to end up dying and producing your cooked chicken. So make sure you do that. And so that's it for the farm. That's all it takes to build it. Now what I want to do is test it. If you want to be able to test it, make sure you get some chickens up here into this top compartment. I'm going to use some chicken spawn eggs since I'm in creative. Put as many as I want in here. I think once it hits 24, the mob cap for a particular block, the entity cramming count, whatever it is, will start to kill chickens. So if I placed another one there, I killed a chicken. So I believe 24 is all you can put in there. So we'll have some chickens that will be able to test this. Once you have your chickens in place up here, if you want to test that this thing actually works, the first thing I would do is test if the eggs work. So if you're able to get a stack of eggs, you want to make sure that this bulb is turned off. You want to put a stack of eggs into this hopper. What should happen is that the eggs filter all the way down and eventually filter into this barrel. I did have I guess a chicken die along the way somewhere, but I should get my 16 eggs back. If you want to test that the chicken cooker actually works, turn this on, put your 16 eggs into the hopper, and it should shoot off the eggs. Hopefully with a stack of eggs, you'll get a chicken hatch. I may not get lucky this time. No, I didn't get lucky this time, but it at least shows you that the dispenser does actually work and eventually will produce chicken, little chicks that end up growing up into full-grown chickens, which will eventually die. If you wanted to add additional rates, you could add more hoppers pointing into this dispenser here if you really wanted to. So you could add multiple sections of chickens that are laying eggs, which would make it a little bit faster. But for me, this is all I need. I just play single player. I don't really need a whole lot of chicken, to be honest. So I mostly need eggs. So this is what I like. But anyways, that's a wrap on this farm. Hopefully you all like the design. Hopefully it works for you. Let me know down in the comment section below if it does work for you. I'm not sure if it works on Bedrock. I'm not sure if it works in older updates as well. If you guys have tried it in any other updates or on Bedrock, let me know if it works down in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully this helps. I'll see you later.